I got 2.
Ambush. You got 2 of them bitches?
Mm-mm.
Hello and welcome to the Fishing Guide Podcast. They just start without me. I just play the music till I catch up with them. Tell them what you're talking about. This is Greg Robinson and Lance Hughey is here. They're both crappie fishing guides up here on Beaver Lake, and so we're all guides on Beaver Lake. And tell us what you got 2 of, Lance.
Oh, that's the Black Diamond 18-footer, and then the outside that ambush too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so
I got
you
that.
2
It's still in the box. I ain't got it out yet.
I haven't played mine yet either.
But
The ambush one?
No. Yeah, both of them. I haven't got
both
them
of
out. I haven't got them. I'm
You
waiting.
had that ambush rod here,
Yeah.
like this summer sometime.
Yeah,
we
I
got
haven't-
them back this last summer.
I'm waiting for it to. I'm wanting to play with it in shallower water. So it's coming. Right now, I'm fishing.
You know,
I'm in
You
26.
the thing
I
about
was.
the
I was.
ambush-
Yeah.
So when Lance uses a rod and reel, like the 18-footer, he gets to, with the 18-footer, he's going to have to put 30-foot of line in on it because
Right.
20-foot of it's going to be eaten up by rod.
Yeah.
See? So then with the ambush, he can just put 10-foot of line on it. And that's why he needs that shallow water, see? So he can do
Yeah.
10-foot of line on his ambush.
Yeah. I mean, it's just that I don't want to fish that thing with the depth of water I was fishing in. So, but yeah.
And the ambush is actually a telescoping rod that
Mhm.
goes out to 24 foot. And it's the new design that they have from the Little Mighty that they've
Mhm.
moved on
B&M.
to they moved on to this, what is called the ambush, and Coleman and them
Captain
have
Coleman.
re-looked at it and made it better. So they made a better design and made it so that it was more efficient, so it would telescope in and out quicker, and if it was
Easier.
wet, it would also work better. So that's what that's about, and that's what they're using it for. And so you said shallower water. Of course, we got a whole bunch of rain.
Mhm.
So the lake's muddy, and actually Greg and I did a show about the muddy water, but we're bringing it back, and we're talking about crappie fishing and
Yeah.
crappie fishing in the stained water.
Mhm.
And so now you'll be going back to that
Yeah.
8 foot and
Yeah, I'll
4
be-
foot.
Yeah, I've been fishing 26, 24 foot, fishing it down there 20 feet deep. Now,
Been
Right.
glued to the bottom, haven't
yeah, it's been.
Ah.
I don't like it, but that's the only place I've been finding fish. But now, previous time years, I know exactly where I'm going. I'm going to creek arms, and I'm gonna go to the back of them,
Right.
and I'm gonna get, I'm gonna start probably 8 halfway, and then work my way back. But until I find where they're at number wise. But
Do you
yeah,
think
it'll
that's
probably
a-
be 12 foot first, and then I'll work my way to 8 foot,
Yeah.
6 foot. Just kind of depends on what it looks like in there.
Is there a temperature that you're looking for when that
I don't ever
happens?
pay attention to temp. I mean, like
Yeah.
I'll wait till I like 50-degree water temp, but with the mud now it's coming in. I know those fish are probably going to go ahead and flush in there because everything else flushes in there. So I just know it's time to go in there and move in there. So to start fishing more creek arms at the main lake, like what I've been doing.
And so that water rushed into the creeks, but
Mhm.
now in the back of the creeks, it might have
A little
a
clear.
little tinkle of water coming in, but
Yeah.
not really.
Yeah, probably
Mhm.
about another
And
week
so-
or so. It'll start clearing up.
It'll start clearing up
yeah.
in the back end of them. But
But
yeah.
are those fish? Do they position themselves around the timber so that if the creek's coming this way in, are they in the stumps here? Are they on this side? Do they position themselves?
I think
I guess
I don't really look at the stump. I mean, I don't
Oh.
ever fish stumps, but I mean, I could see where people think that. Yeah, I mean, I kind of look at the position of how like the bottom of the lake is, because I mean,
Uh-huh.
and then I kind of see how they maybe be laying how the current
There's,
flows.
in other words, where he's fishing, there's a couple of humps in there.
Yeah,
And with the water current coming in from the east,
right.
where he's talking about fishing, they'll be on that west side of that hump.
yeah,
They get a little bit of protection from that current.
So it's a little
Because
deeper
current's
too.
not crappie's not a big current fish,
No.
so they like to be kind of out of that current. So you get those humps and them little old deep ditch lines, they'll get on the back sides of those
And
the
lay.
steeper part of that bank, and they'll just stack up.
Yeah.
And that's what he's doing.
That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like how the bottom of the lake is and how the water's coming in. I'm looking to see how that contour is, and I'll fish that side of the contour.
Right. If you got like a little bit of a point that'll come out, they'll be on that back side of that.
So, it could be even if the creek's running this way and water's coming this way, I'll fish on this side of it to stay out, so because they're out of the creek arm. That makes sense. The water's coming this way. I'll fish on this because they'll be out. That bank kind of blocks.
Get off to the side or on the back side of it.
Yeah.
There's some brush up in those creeks now, isn't there?
Yeah. I mean, they got in there. They started getting in there last year, and I marked it all. And now there's probably going to be some new, probably hay bales, or what I heard, probably moving in there too. So
hay bales.
Where
do you fish? Hay bales. That's going to be the name of my article. Fishing hay bales.
How long it's going to take for that to deteriorate?
Man, that's just crazy.
Imagine. It used to be about hay down there on this little small island.
Yeah, right
down
there.
Here it is down there.
Just stayed there.
Forever.
Can't leave once it's filled. It's like a diaper. Once
Oh,
it's filled full of water, a diaper ain't moving.
Yeah. But I mean, with live scope, I'm able to see it now, and I'm like, oh, well, we need to roll up, or I kind of got it all marked from what Game and Fish has put in over the past year or two. But the new stuff flushing in, I'll be like, oh, I didn't know that was there. So
might be a log or two.
mm-hmm.
I mean, it was rolling.
Yeah.
It was up to 19 feet,
Mm-hmm.
and so it went from 11, 12 to 11.
Yeah.
11.
It's 11, 17 now, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
After the show, we get to go move the boat docks. So that's the only reason why I got him here. So I got some free labor to move the boat docks.
Yeah.
So as far as like minnows go, are you changing the size of your minnows because the water's staying?
I mean, if it might be upsize. I mean, I'll experiment. I mean, I might put a bigger profile minnow on there, but it just seems like it's still always a smaller minnow, medium size. But I'll put a bigger one on there for profile, and I might try to put some color jigs on there, like a black chartreuse.
You're not going to color your minnow?
No, that's too much effort and all that crap. I ain't doing that. No, that's just too much. But I'll put a jig on there of, something bright, black chartreuse or black and pink, something,
You can, in this stained water, though, in this muddy water, you need to get you a bottle of slab jam.
Yeah, don't get me on that.
Squirt it on your hand.
Don't get me on that story.
It will work.
I know it will. You sneaked up on me and did that.
Are you gonna do some spider rigging this year in that big?
Try to. Yeah.
That big vessel of yours.
Yeah.
When you take people out guiding, do you take them out spider rigging too?
I do some. I didn't do much this
You
past
did last year, did you?
But it depends a lot upon the customers and who I have.
But you yourself, if you were just going out there to search for them, would you do that, or would you single pole them?
I have a tendency to go for the single pole, but if I'm by myself, instead of doing all the, I enjoy the spider rigging. But
it's an efficient way of catching.
I need to
catching, not fishing. Catching.
I need to do it a couple of times by just me fishing, because now that I got the crappie brakes.
Yeah.
The Garmin troll motor on my boat is so powerful on the 36-volt system that I can't go. I mean, about half a mile an hour is about as slow as it wants to. Yeah.
In that big old boat you got?
Yeah, it'll move it
1.4. He moves too fast.
That's
moves
pretty
it.
fast.
It does. It moves it too fast, and I am constantly having to shut it off, and then just figure out. Hopefully, it's going to be about right when it gets to the fish.
Oh.
As the baits start to settle down, and I'm thinking now that with me having the brakes, that I can just put it on the lowest setting and keep it going. And as I see fish, I can just start bumping
back.
Yeah, or even shut my tow motor off and push it forward and backwards.
Right.
With my back of my boat. So I'm gonna have to. It's something I'm gonna have to play with and see what is gonna work the best.
Your rig, you using the same rig that Lance is using then?
Yes.
Same kind of setup?
In fact,
I tie him up
as
a lot
fast
with
as
stuff.
I go, as fast as my boat. If I hadn't got the crappie brakes,
Power brakes.
or power brakes, I was to the point of getting with him and seeing if maybe I need to just go with the heavier bait.
Heavy
The
rig.
whole time.
Yeah, just do 1 ounce.
Put the
1 ounce.
power troll rods instead of the PBJs and go with the 1/2 ounce rather than into where I can control that bait better than what.
Because it'll drop down faster, and you do better at 0.5 if that's as low as your boat could go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 1 ounce would probably be better for you.
Because he and I both fished out mine spider rigging, and it's
you can just see his line.
I have to
it's
constantly
as low as you go,
I'm constantly having to work. Now, if I can get a little bit of wind, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Because if I can go into that wind, it's perfect then.
Yeah.
But, man, if it's not very windy and
like
the lowest setting on my tow motor.
Really?
I don't go very far, and I'm running a 1/2 mile an hour. So
That's cooking.
Yeah.
So the deal with the swing is you don't want it to swing.
I don't want it to come back underneath the boat.
Right. Underneath the boat, but what is there a distance that's still from not straight down? Is there a distance it can still swing back and you still catch fish?
Yeah,
or
you
with
can.
what you're saying,
that swing.
if I talk to him and he's out there fishing and I'm over here fishing,
right,
and he's running 12 feet of line,
right,
I've got to run 14.
Yeah.
Because with the speed of my boat, it pulls that back and lifts that up. There's a big difference. So
that's also a change of angle too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So
you got one minnow that's here, and then the other one's kind of like back here. So it's definitely.
If you're the bottom minnow, you're always looking at that front minnow, thinking, "I hope that crappie eats it." Is that what you?
Yeah. It's funny watching them come up though. They'll sit there and look at that bottom end, and then they'll be turning the nose up. They're going at bottom. The top one's getting it. Top one's about to get hit.
Yep.
Maybe we should be throwing double rigs out there at those roamers.
I've tried it, but I like to just do the one jig.
I've only scared them every time I've done that.
Yeah, it seems like it's just almost too much. I don't know. I haven't done good with the double jig.
Yeah, I went in Piney the other day and did a double jig.
I used to do double jigs all the time around pole timber.
Yeah, I've done that.
We've done
we did
deals on them.
Yeah.
But I've just got to where I just do the one.
The trouble is you're always like, that one's the one that they're going to bite when you can see it, back in the day.
Exactly.
And you're like, you always drop it to there and you never you don't drop it below them because
scattered. And also, too, back in the day when we did do double rigs, we did the double rig to get the extra weight to get it out there and get down. If you stop and think about it, if they were hitting a 32nd ounce jig, the best, we'd put 2 of them on so we could pitch it out there and get it down there. Or go with 2/16. Now we just do an 1/8 or a 16th and peg a sinker above it. And we pitch it 30 feet and stick it on their nose. So it's just so much different than it used to be.
Well, that takes us to Tackle Time. Tackle Time sponsored by PICO Lures. And, of course, Lance makes a lot of his homemade double drop minnow rigs from Vanguard Tackle, which is part of PICO Lures. You can find them online, the whole kit and caboodle. You can also check out the articles that I've written about Lance that's on crappie.com that talk about how to tie that rig. So if you're interested in doing that, you can see it there and check that out. But anyway, they have a complete line of hard and soft baits and everything you can imagine to catch walleye to stripers to crappie to bass, you name it, they got it. If they want to find out more, Greg, about going out fishing with you, who do they get in touch with?
Facebook, Greg's Guide Service, or call me at 479-601-1683.
Lance Hughey or Lance Hughey Crappie Guide Service on Facebook, or you can just call me, 479-236-4105.
There you go. Like I always like to end the show, make sure you keep your hook sharp, your lures in the water.